All right, high rollers, check my Twitter inbox today. Had a message from the hashtag King. He said, "We gotta talk again. The audio on our last interview was unacceptable, and he wanted to update his fans on the latest because since we last spoke, Salomon Ponte has been banned and kicked out of Choctaw Casino Durant, kicked out of his hotel by staff, even the police, and he had his account on Twitter suspended. Says he wants to set the record straight. Salomon, welcome back to the show, man.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Listen, we just spoke on Saturday night. The audio was absolutely horrible, and I do apologize for that. Not sure what happened there. In the interview, you were complimenting Choctaw, saying how wonderful they had been treating you, and by the time I had the video posted on YouTube, you had been kicked out of the casino. What happened?
Wow. I'm going to say that I'm going to take most of those comments back. Okay, I'm going to step back and say that Choctaw, yeah, like a lot of the staff, they were great. I mean, they have a nice spa. They got a sick pool, but the security, I think, I think they belong in like a nut house, because basically what happened is I obviously apologized to Sean Deeb on Twitter because I felt bad for making fun of the guy's wife, even though he started with me. So Matt Glantz approached me and he's like, "Hey, like it's very nice of you that you apologize on Twitter, but why don't you just go apologize to him in person?" And I'm like, "Okay, sure, no problem." I'm like, "I'm gonna do the apology, but obviously I'm gonna Periscope it because I filmed my entire life." And then Matt Glantz is like, "Hold on a second, let me get the Program in America crew to come film the entire apology." I'm like, "Okay, sure, no problem, let's do that." So, and you can watch it on my YouTube channel, hashtag King. Like I posted the whole encounter with security and Sean Deeb and Matt Glantz and Polly Anderson on YouTube. So if you question anything I'm saying, just check out my YouTube channel. So basically, the cameras are rolling. Program in America's there with their cameras. Everything's going like supposedly according to plan. I show up to the table. I'm like, "Sean, like, what's up, buddy? I have something to say." And Sean's like, "Get out of here. I don't want to talk to you. I'm a little bitch bird. Like, I don't want to talk to you. I'm a bird. I'm a bird. I'm a bird." I'm like, "Sean, I know you're a bird, but, like, give me a fucking second. I just want to apologize for talking about your wife. Like, I want you to know that you're still ugly as fuck. You're still a bitch and you're still a bird, but I'm sorry for talking about your wife." He's like, "I don't want to hear it. Like, get the fuck out of here." It's like, security. So security, like, comes over. And, like, the cameras are still rolling on Pokemon in America. My camera's still rolling. And the guy's, like, super aggressive. He's like, "Get the fuck out. Like, what are you doing? You can't be here." And within maybe, like, 15 seconds, I see, like, 30 rent-a-cops, like, charging at me. I'm like, "What the fuck? Like, you guys are all, like, bitches." And then Matt Glantz messages, like, makes a comment, like, "Saul, like, it's over. Like, Sean doesn't want to apologize. Like, let's just stop." So I turn off my camera. I think the Pokemon in America is still following me around. I got maybe 7 security guards behind me, and they're just like, "Sir, like how come you didn't like leave when we told you to leave?" I'm like, "Listen, I was filming for the poker show. The cameras were still rolling, so obviously they knew that I was doing this. They told me it was okay to do it, but for some reason you guys want to kick me out. So like, sir, like it's beyond us right now. We have to get the poker manager to come in." So I'm just like, "What the fuck? This is the stupidest thing I've ever heard." So as I'm walking away from the tournament area, I go back to where they're filming the cash game show, and I didn't know this, but apparently Doug Polk, the second before I approached him, he lost like a 30K pot because he's such a shitty player. Like he had a set of kings on the flop, the guy had a set of aces, and because Doug Polk is so fucking bad at poker, he didn't realize that he should fold a set of kings, So as he loses the pot, I walk up to him like it was literally like it was like a movie scene, Like he loses the pot, I walk up to him. I'm like, "Doug, you're a bitch. Like you don't want to play me heads up. Like what the fuck is wrong with you?" And he's just like, "Get out of here. Like I'm so angry right now. Like I'm tilting. I'm the worst player in the world." I'm like, "I know you are, Doug. I know you are. Like it's gonna be okay. Don't worry about it. You're the worst player. I got it." And then he's just like, and I'm just like, "Are you gonna play me for the million or what? Are you gonna be a pussy or what? Like what the fuck is going on with you, Doug?" And he's like, "Listen, Saul, I'll play you for the million, but I want you to escrow 50,000. I'm like, "Listen, Doug, I will escrow the 1 million, okay? Because you offered to play for a million. But it's your fucking offer. You need to make the first fucking step and move forward, okay? So you put up the fucking $1 million, and the next fucking day, I will put up the $1 million fucking dollars. If I don't put it up, just take your money back." Doug's excuse is like, "Oh, I don't want to have to escrow $1 million, and then he's not going to put it up, And then I'm like, short $1 million. I'm like, no, Doug, you fucking idiot. Just escrow the fucking money. And I promise you, you have my fucking word of honor. I will fucking put up the money the same day or the next day. And if I don't, just fucking take the money back. You can call me a bitch. You know, like, Doug, I will allow you to call me a bitch, and I will not knock you out for calling me a bitch. Okay? But Doug, you are a fucking bitch. Because obviously you're not going to put up the $1 million because you know you're going to lose it to me because I'm the best player in the world and you're like, I don't know, maybe like the 10th best player in the world. And basically, Doug was a bitch. And then Doug's like, listen, Saul, there's like 30 security guards behind you. You're probably going to go to jail. I think you should leave. I'm like, listen, Doug, you're a bird. And then he's like, you know what? I'll offer you $20,000 to beat the fuck out of a security guard. I'm like, $20,000? Like, what the fuck? That's not worth it. Like, I lose $40,000 a week in sports. You think I give a shit about $20,000? Like, if you want me to knock one of these guys out on camera, it'll be funny, but not for 20. Like, if you offer me maybe like 200 or 100, I'd do it in a heartbeat. Like, I'd go to war. But he's just like, no, 20K. I'm like, listen, I'm not an idiot, Doug. I'm not knocking no one up for 20K. It's not worth it. So then I'm basically escorted out of the casino by like 30 rent-a-cops, and like literally, like I have more money than these guys combined, and all 30 rent-a-cops will make in their fucking lifetime. Like, guaranteed, hands down. Like, these guys hate their lives. They're literally the biggest birds I've ever seen. Like, maybe as big a bird as Sean. Actually, no, they can't be bigger than Sean. But, like, it was fucked, man. They kicked me out. Me and my girlfriend, like, we leave the casino. Obviously, we're not going to pay our fucking bill because they're like, you got to pay the bill. I'm like, listen, if I stay in this casino, if you don't kick me out, I'll gladly pay the bill. I'll even fucking tip you, idiot. You know, I'll tip you. Like, I tipped the dealer $1,000. I tipped the waitress $200. I straddled to $1,000 on the game. You know, like, I don't give a shit about money. You know, I got so much money, I don't care about it. And they're just like, no, you gotta get out. I'm like, listen, go fuck yourself. I'm not fucking paying the bill, you stupid fucks. And that's the end of that. So we leave Choctaw, okay? I leave Choctaw. I'm never coming back because it's a garbage fucking place. Like, well, it's a good place, but the security's garbage. So unless they flag all the fucking security, I will never come back there. And we end up in some random like hotel. So we walk in. I pay the bill, obviously, because you can't get room keys without like paying the bill first, right? So I pay them for the night. And at like 5 in the morning, this guy knocks on my door, and I'm sleeping. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, who the fuck is knocking at 5 in the morning? I tiptoe over to the door, and I look through the hole, and it's like, literally, it's some weird guy. Like, it was like a horror movie. I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? So then I tiptoe back to sleep, and I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm not even going to answer, okay? So then 5 hours later, like, we're, like, still sleeping, and I'm, like, just getting up, and I start doing, like a Twitch stream, and I'm also live on Twitter, and I hear some guy knocking on my door, and he's, like, banging hard. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, I think I'm about to kill some motherfucker, you know? I'm just like, if that guy gets through that door, he's not making it out alive, you know? Because, like, you don't walk into my fucking, like, it's essentially my house, you know? If you walk into my house, I'm going to fucking kill you. Like, the guy's, like, threatening, he's like, I'm going to fight you, like, open the door, and I have no idea what's going on. I'm like, and I'm trying to film on Twitch. I'm like, listen, you fucking stupid piece of shit. If you come through that door, I will fucking murder you. Do not fucking come through that door, you fucking stupid fuck. So I put, like, the lock on, and the guy, like, somehow opens the door. Like, he doesn't open the door, but he opens, like, he has a key, so he's able to open, like, the door, but, like, since there's the other lock, he can't get in. But, like, he's alive because I had that lock on the door. Because he was knocking on that door, like, he wants to fight, he wants to, like, hurt me. But listen, I took boxing for 10 years. I would put this guy to fucking sleep in a second. So I'm like, listen, call the cops for your fucking life's sake. Don't fucking try to break down the door. And he was close. He almost broke down the door, and he ended up being a hotel staff. The cops come, and they're like, listen, you didn't pay your bill. Like, they want you to pay your bill. I'm like, you didn't pay my bill? Are you fucking on drugs? I didn't pay my bill? I showed up last night and paid my bill. They gave me the keys, and I was good. You know, the hotel's not going to give me room keys unless I pay for the night, you know? And they're like, yeah, you didn't pay it. I'm like, listen, I paid my fucking bill. I asked the guy before I went upstairs. I'm like, are we good? Is it covered? Did the credit card work? He said, yeah, everything is good. And then they tell me, oh, the guy's a little, like, incompetent. He, like, didn't charge it properly, so it didn't go through. I'm like, listen, you stupid fucks, you know? I paid my bill. I'm not fucking dealing with this. Like, I want to go to fucking sleep, you know? Like, what the fuck? Like, if this guy made it through the door, he would have been dead. Like, I would have fucking destroyed him. You know, it's good that his life was saved because he couldn't get through the door. You know, like, you're not barging. Like, my girlfriend was naked, you know? Like, I would have murdered the guy. But whatever. I ended up giving them the credit card again. They charge it again. It goes through again. I think they double charged me, but I'm like, listen, if you guys double charge me, then I'm gonna fucking come back and just like file like a lawsuit against you guys. This is bullshit. Like the guy, almost broke down the door, tried to like fight me, and like this is nonsense. So that was that. So literally in the span of like 12 hours, I'm kicked out of two hotels, one hotel and casino, one just regular hotel, and then to add icing to the cake, I get banned from Twitter.
So what happened there?
Honestly, I don't know. I don't know exactly why I got banned. Either like Sean Deeb, so Sean Deeb got me banned from Choctaw. He may have got me banned from Twitter because he's a little bitch bird. But I don't know what happened. You know, I also posted some like fucked up stuff on Twitter because what happened was there was this guy in Toronto that he essentially came to my parents' house uninvited and like threatened to hurt them. Right? Threatened to hurt them Friday night, and he brought like two goons with him like from Toronto. And like when I found this out, when I was filming Friday Night for Program in America, like every day I thank God that I wasn't in Canada when this happened, because if I was in Canada when these guys showed up to try to intimidate my parents, I would be in jail or prison, and their entire fucking bloodlines would have been wiped out. Like, you know, you don't fucking show up to my house. My parents are old. You don't show up to my house, scare my parents, almost give them a heart attack, and live, you know? So basically, you know, I chose to keep my freedom this week, you know? Like, I could have flown back to Toronto and just destroyed these guys, like, literally just fucking killed them, you know? Like, you don't show up to my house and threaten my family and ever get away with it. Basically, I called the cops on these guys and decided to go the legal route, because if I went the other route, these guys would have been dead, you know? Like, I'll be straight up. Again, I thank God every day that I wasn't in Toronto Friday and that Program in America was this weekend, because if I was in Toronto, you probably wouldn't be hearing from me ever again.
We certainly don't wish death on you or anyone else. What is the latest with you and Matt Glantz and the people at Poker Night in America? I mean, let's face it, Salomon, there's a segment of the population that hopes to never see you on that show again.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, listen, at the end of the day, haters are going to hate, you know? Like, haters are going to hate, but the funny part about it is that the haters love me more than the lovers love me. Like, just take that in. The haters love me more than the lovers love me, because the haters, they will go there and they will watch everything I do no matter what. They will watch everything I do, and they're going to pretend like they hate my guts, and they're going to, like, talk all this shit and, like, write all these bad reviews and, like, say all this bad stuff about me, but they continue to watch me, you know? So I'm here because of the haters, not because of the people that like me, but because of the closet lovers that claim to be haters, you know? And my relationship with Matt Glantz and Poker Night in America and Paul Anderson is great. Like, the entire staff at Poker Night in America, they love me. Like, on my old Twitter account, I got messages from the entire staff, like private messages on Twitter, like, hey man, like it was amazing to work with you, like you're a great guy, can't wait to have you back on the show. And the same thing with like Matt and Paul, like yeah, I got kicked out of Choctaw because of the little whatever recording thing, but I blame that fully on the casino. Like, I don't think it was Poker Night in America's fault. Like, listen, like they're trying to make a show. Like, Sean Deeb was a bitch, you know, he called security. Like, you don't have, the casino didn't have to take it that far, you know? We were filming for the show. The second we were done filming, I left the area, and, like, that should have been the end of it. But no, they had to get, like, 30 rent-a-cops to, like, you know, try to, like, escort me out of there.
Is this all about ratings for you? I mean, I saw one count. Well, I was definitely tuning in when you were on the show, the short stay that it was for you on the show, but I did watch. I was definitely looking forward to it. And I think there was around 5,000 viewers when you were on. When you busted, it stayed that way for about, 20 minutes to see if you were coming back, but around the 40-minute mark, that was down about 1,000 viewers. And then yesterday, Sunday, I watched the show, and they had about 1,800 viewers when I was watching compared to 5,000 when you were on. Did the haters have a point that this is bad for poker? Or are they missing the point that, hey, this is about creating some interest in the game? What's your take on that?
Listen, like that statement alone, like I shouldn't even have to say more. Like that literally sums up what I'm doing for poker. You know, like without me, poker would be dead. You know, like you need characters in poker. Like let's be straight up, okay? Let's be straight up. Like no one in poker is a real celebrity. You know, like no one gives a fuck about poker. You know, if Doug Polk walked into the bar, no one would fucking know Doug Polk. You know, no one would give a fuck. They might know like Daniel Negreanu, but no one would know Doug Polk. You know, like we're not big celebrities. You know, we're fucking poker players, and that's that. And let's be real, poker's a fucking boring thing to watch. It's fucking boring. Like, it's not good to watch. And you see it. Like ratings are down. Like overall in the poker industry, like people don't give a fuck about it. The only thing that makes poker relevant and fun to watch is the characters of poker. So the biggest character in poker right now, and probably in the biggest, I'll probably be the biggest character, in history of poker, is the hashtag king. So I put on this persona at the table, for the viewers, because I'm a showman. Like I know how to market. Like I went to school for business. I took accounting. I minored in finance. I did some marketing. Like I know how the world works. I know how to make a lot of money. I know how to make people money. So obviously, when I'm on the show, the ratings are 5,000, and then when I leave the show, the ratings are 1,800. Like that makes perfect sense. Like that is solely because of me. Like I am the number one character in poker right now. Like if you look at my hand the mob right now, I'm ranked number 4 in the world in popularity, and it's only been a couple of days. I guarantee you, I will place a bet with anyone that in the next couple of days, I will be number 1 in the world in popularity in poker.
So, Solomon, some people are going to say you're delusional. There's Daniel Negreanu. There are bad boys like Phil Hellmuth, the Mike Matasows, the Tony G's, guys that have come before you that have made a name, have the tournament results, have the long-standing results, the elite players, and you're saying you're going to be the number 1 guy by the time you're done?
No, well, listen. I'm saying I'm going to be number 1 in popularity in the next couple of days. That's a given. I'll take that bet with anyone on the Hendon Mob. It'll show me number 1. Right now, I'm number 4. I'm ahead of Antonio Sanzari. I'm way ahead of Doug Polk. Like I'm more popular than Doug Polk right now. Like take that, and like Doug Polk's supposed to be this guy that like everyone like supposedly loves, and he has like a shitty like YouTube channel where he makes like garbage videos. Doug Polk is supposed to be like the big name in poker these days. I'm more popular than Doug Polk right now, and like it's not me saying it, it's the poker world. Like just look online. I'm ranked number 4. He's ranked like number 13 in the world of popularity. So I'm saying in the next couple of days I'll be number 1 in popularity, but by the end of my poker career, I will be number 1 everything in like money earned, in like like bitches banged, in like just number of hotels kicked out of, like everything, like most amount of comps given, like just everything to do with gambling, or just everything to do in life, I will be number 1. It just makes sense.
You will go down as the all-time best tipper.
The best tipper? Yeah, listen, man. These poker players, they're so fucking cheap. Like Kate Hall, she is such a fucking cheap piece of shit. Like, fuck, And also Doug Polk and Sean Deeb and all these other guys, like, listen, these dealers, like, they're nice. They have to put up with our shit. And these guys are tipping them, like, $5 a hand. Like I'll tell you, like, I have so much money, and all these guys, like Doug Polk and Sean Deeb, are questioning, hey, like, you're broke. Hey, you're broke. Right now, I'm at the Bellagio. Like, you can confirm this with Bellagio. I'm at the Bellagio, staying in a $4,000 a night suite. Everything paid for, If I didn't have money, you think they would give me this fucking room right now? Like, I have to confirm with them the amount of money I was bringing. I have to show them the amount of money I brought to the casino in order to get all this free stuff. So if these little idiots think that I'm broke, they better think again. And just check out my room right now. If you go to my Instagram account, #KingCA1, if you go to that account, you will see right now a $4,000 a night suite that I am not even paying for, And that should just show them the type of money I got, And in a couple of hours, I'm going to be in Bobby's room playing a big fucking high stakes game. So if you guys think I'm broke, and like Doug Polk and Sean Lee, they like to say that I'm broke because they're scared of me. They want me out of the poker scene because they know that by the end they will be fucking broke. I will have all their money. They will be nobody, and I will be on top.
Let me ask you this, Solomon, because I got to be honest here for a second. I mean, I will admit I love the characters of the game. I enjoyed watching you on the show. I cringed a few times, I have to admit, but I was very much looking forward to the show, and the aftermath has been kind of enthralling for me. I've had you on a few times now. How, for you personally, can this type of behavior, these run-ins with the Sean Deebs of the world, the police, the rent-a-cops of the world, how can these run-ins be... Yeah, how can these run-ins be good? Because, for instance, you talked in our last interview And you said some nasty things about Blue Shark Optics, the sunglasses company. With this type of behavior, how do you expect to get future sponsorships? How do you expect to be invited to future poker games? Poker Twitter is all over you, man. Like, how do you expect to move on and continue being accepted in the poker world when you act like this?
Okay, so let me tell you one thing, okay? Blue Sharks Optics, they did not sponsor me, okay? I sponsored them, okay? These guys gave me a pair of sunglasses and a patch, and they thought that they can control the hashtag king. I'll tell you one thing. My fucking own mother cannot control me, okay? So, when you give me a pair of garbage sunglasses and an ugly fucking patch, and these sunglasses that don't fucking work, and it's, literally the worst sunglasses I've ever had in my fucking life, and then try to control my life, and then tell me that you're putting a big investment in me. Like, what big investment did you put in me? You gave me a pair of shitty sunglasses and a patch, and you think that gives you the right to own me? Like, you're out of your fucking mind, okay? Let's be real. I sponsored them. They did not sponsor me, and the second they tried to control me, I cut them. I said, forget about it, Like, these guys came up to me, and they're like, we're going to start a hashtag king line of sunglasses, and then they want me to put up half the money. Like, what kind of fucking scam are they running, Why would I put up half the money, You're telling me that you're sponsoring me, quote-unquote, but you want me to fucking give you half the investment to produce a hashtag king line of sunglasses? Like, that sounds like a pure fucking scam. And Blue Shark Optics, I don't know, man. Like, they're a shitty fucking company. And I've heard from multiple people that they're a fucking scam company. They don't keep to their fucking word. I looked at the list of the people they sponsor. Who the fuck are these people, Like, no one knows any of the people that they sponsor. Like, I'm the biggest name they ever had for a very short period of time because I found out they were a scam company. Like, these guys, they really thought that they can control me because they gave me a pair of sunglasses and a patch. They're fucking out of their mind, They're like, oh, you represent that. I'm like, shut the fuck up. I represent nobody. Unless you're paying me big fucking bucks to represent your fucking company, don't fucking tell me how to act, Like, I don't fucking... Listen, my mom can't control me. No one can control me. I am who I am. Unless I'm getting a big fucking sponsorship deal, I will act the way I want to act. And that's the bottom fucking line,
Lastly, I'm going to read some comments from YouTube and Twitter. Someone says, who doesn't like watching a train wreck? Another guy says, this dude has issues. We should show compassion. He is clearly suffering. Another person says, he said 20,000 on a show. Now he said 25,000. Hashtag can't keep his lies straight. Another guy says, this donk won attorney by utter luck. He will blow everything unless his daddy is rich and it's endless. If he's living on his play, that fish will get hooked. And another guy says, bro, if only I could be the hashtag king. Do you embrace these comments, and what do you think about what's happening in your life right now and on Twitter with the comments about you?
That's a lot of comments, and I feel like I should have addressed each one separately, but let's go through them. Okay, so
you get the sense. You get the sense, though. It seems like poker Twitter is heavily against you.
Listen, like I said, you guys gotta soak these words in. The haters love me more than the lovers love me, and that's the bottom line. Okay, let's address some of these comments. Okay, number one, yeah, my daddy is rich. Okay, I'm Jewish. I'm a CPA. I come from a fucking good family. Jews have money. That's the bottom line. We control the world, kind of. Whatever. We won't get into that, but it is what it is. Daddy's got money. And then let's go number two. If you guys think I'm lying about the amount of money I brought to Poker Night in America, why don't you just look at my Twitter, look at my Instagram, I was live streaming playing 5, 10, 25 PLO, and donating money to these guys because they seemed like they needed it. They looked kind of homeless. So I'm like, here guys, take some money. Even though I think I may need it for the live stream. I feel bad and I want to give some charity. So here's some money. And then I went to the pits. I played a bunch of blackjack. So I brought 25K. Okay, I brought 25K cash. And then what happened was, and you can check. Just check the day of my travels and so on, how much money I had on me. And you can see how much cash I brought. And I had that money. Then what happened was I went to the pits. I gave some charity in PLO. And by the end of it, I showed up to Poker Night in America with buying a $7,500. I played like God. I played like the best player in the world, obviously, because I'm the best player. Like, I won every single hand I played, pretty much, like the big ones, except for that stupid like Sean Deeb hand where he busted me because listen, Sean Deeb, he's an ugly dude. He's a bitch. He's a bird. You know, like the only thing Sean Deeb has going for him in life is his luck. You know, he's a garbage fucking player. You know, everyone will tell you he's a shitty player. He's a terrible fucking human being, but he's got a lot of luck. And the thing with Sean Deeb is the guy slow rolls, and he's proud of slow rolling people. You know, as much as I act as a villain in the game, I will never slow roll someone because I know that feeling, and that feeling hurts. You know, like if you come to Toronto, I own a lot of games in Toronto. Like I have a lot of equity in games in Toronto, and I make a lot of money when I'm not in Toronto just through running games when they have like my name attached to the game. And if you slow roll someone at my games in Toronto, like you get your ass kicked. Like you get the shit kicked out of you. Like, you don't fucking slow roll players. Like that's not funny. That's not cool. And Mike Madison said it. If you slow roll me against Sean Deeb, I will knock you the fuck out. Like he said it in one of these like streams on Pokémon in America. And like that, it's just not cool. Like he's just such a shitty human being. And the difference between me and Sean, okay, is I put on an act for the cameras. Behind the scenes, everyone fucking loves me. Like, Doug Polk came up to me and he's like, listen, dude, like, I actually like you, and despite what goes on camera, like, I actually think you're a really good person. And, like, listen, everyone tells me that. Like, Pokemon players come up to me every day and they're like, listen, we see your image at the table, and we really want to hate you, but then when we meet you, you're such a good person that we just can't. It's not possible. It's the difference between me and Sean Deeb is that Sean Deeb is a piece of shit on the table and off the table. Like, that is who Sean Deeb is. Like, Sean Deeb is real in the sense that he's just a piece of shit on and off the table. I just act very abrasive and very cocky for the game of poker, you know, to keep the game around. Like, I will go crazy at the table and, like, mess around whatever, but off the table, you know, I'm a very nice person.
Salomon Ponte, in Salomon Ponte's words, not mine. Listen, man, good luck with your quest in becoming the most popular poker player in the world.
Well, I'm already there.